7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, the 3rd of November, and it's National Sandwich Day. And a big happy birthday to Ian Wright, Adamant, Lulu, and Kendall Jenner. Rishi Sunak has revealed he may not stick to all or any of the campaign pledges he made during the Conservative leadership race in the summer, including policies on immigration and housing on the Green Belt. It comes as the Prime Minister revealed he is now going to the COP27 climate conference after getting plenty of stick for previously saying he wouldn't travel to Egypt, preferring to focus on more pressing matters at home. And at Prime Minister's Question Time, Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer laid into him about his controversial appointment of Suella Braverman and the Conservatives' handling of the immigration crisis.
Why doesn't he get a proper Home Secretary, scrap the Rwanda gimmick, end the small boat crossings, speed up asylum claims and agree an international deal on refugees? Start governing for once and get a grip.
The Prime Minister admitted on Wednesday that not enough asylum claims were being processed, but said the government was getting a grip of the situation. It comes amid fresh claims of mistreatment of asylum seekers, including reports of groups being abandoned in London.
But not only does the party opposite not have a plan, they have opposed every single measure we have taken to solve the problem. You can't attack a plan if you don't have a plan.
A Met police officer and a former colleague were sentenced on Wednesday to 12 weeks in prison after sharing grossly offensive messages in a WhatsApp group with Sarah Everard's killer. It came as the police watchdog revealed hundreds of people in England and Wales have been cleared to serve when they actually should have failed vetting procedures. Some, it turns out, had criminal records or family links to organised crime. The investigation was set up after Sarah Everard was kidnapped and murdered by serving officer Wayne Cousins. Inspector of Constabulary Matt Parr says it's too easy for the wrong people to get into the force.
About 1 in 5 of them is somebody we think either just shouldn't have joined, or if they were going to join, should have had some special controls put around them.
The Home Secretary responded to the report saying culture and standards in the police need to change. Martin Hewitt from the MPCC says he's already across it.
Many of the cases we've been very transparent about getting people out of our organisation that don't deserve to be there.
And Labour's Wes Streeting told Sky News while the majority of officers joined the police for the right reasons, the scandal is still concerning.
The public need to have confidence in our police, and I think over a whole series of misconduct scandals, I think public confidence and trust in the police has been severely undermined.
The Black Sea grain deal is back on. The Kremlin had withdrawn from the deal over the weekend, saying it couldn't guarantee the safety of civilian ships crossing the region, but a combined effort from Turkey and the UN managed to get the deal rebooted. It comes as the Foreign Secretary James Cleverly confirmed the government sanctioning 4 new Russian oligarchs, accusing them of being involved in industries helping to prop up the Russian military. Meanwhile, Russian businessman Mikhail Khodorkovsky told Newsnight that President Putin's threat of a nuclear strike has fizzled out.
There was that growing danger, but after talks with his Chinese colleague, Putin has become much more cautious when talking about nuclear weapons. So I think that danger has now diminished.
And on Czech TV, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky was feeling mischievous when asked what he would do first after the war ends.
After victory, I will go to Crimea. I really want to see. See, when will it be? Not in winter, because on the sea, what to do on the sea in winter? I will go when it will be a moment.
Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu's in line for a return to power after the country's 5th election in 4 years. Exit polls show a slim majority for the former Prime Minister, who was ejected from office last year and currently faces trial for several corruption charges. The 73-year-old's one of Israel's most controversial political figures, but as the votes continue to be counted, Tal Schneider, political correspondent for the Times of Israel, thinks his victory is pretty certain.
We do see political parties on the left unable to cross the threshold, which means definitely that he has more power, between 61 to 62 seats, so that's enough to form a government, and when we do think that he will be the next Prime Minister.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Man City come back from the brink in the Champions League, and Daniel Radcliffe distances himself from J.K. Rowling. Right after this. Welcome back. 3,
Wednesday night saw the last games of the group stages of the Champions League. Celtic, Chelsea and Man City were all in action. Celtic with the biggest task of the night, taking on the mighty Real Madrid in Spain. They lost 5-1 and finished bottom of the group. Chelsea were at home to Dinamo Zagreb and won 2-1 to top their group. Man City were at home to Spanish side Sevilla and finished the first half 1-0 down. But a wonder goal from 17-year-old Rico Lewis, the second youngest Englishman ever to score in the Champions League, kicked off a revival, and City finished 3-1 winners. Manager Pep Guardiola was full of praise for the teenager.
He's a fantastic player. He's so intelligent. Apart of the skills, individually, he's so intelligent, so clever. He understands everything. And he made a fantastic goal and he played really good.
Daniel Radcliffe says he felt it was really important to speak out against alleged anti-trans remarks made by Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling. In a recent interview with IndieWire, Radcliffe said he wanted members of the LGBT+ community to know that not everybody in the franchise felt that way. The 33-year-old was doing the rounds to promote his new movie Weird, the Al Yankovic story. He plays the title character, but revealed what it was like meeting the actual musician, Weird Al.
So I met him on Zoom first, but then when we met in person, it was for an accordion lesson. He had a very, very beautiful accordion, and I had my one that my friend gave me. And he tried, bless him, with me for an hour or so. We had a couple of sessions like that, but it was mostly to say hi and get to chat while also failing miserably at the accordion.
The Louis Theroux interview series continued with a visit to the Surrey home of Dame Judi Dench and a chat about the James Bond star's lengthy career and most iconic roles. The 87-year-old Academy Award winner also spoke fondly of her late husband Michael Williams and his great sense of humour. Speaking of sense of humour, thank God Dench has got one after this remark from the broadcaster.
We had 17 cats during the war.
During which war?
Well, the Second World War. Louis.
Well, I didn't mean the First World. I didn't mean it like that. I was just confused. It seems...
Am I the only person who heard that?
Well, I didn't mean...
Which war?
I thought you might mean the...
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.